Lab 1, starting with the stance phase, the first step of that is going to be the initial contact or heel strike. Looking at my left ankle here, you can see my heel or calcaneus making initial contact with the ground, which is the start of the heel strike. Moving on to loading phase is when the weight is being transferred to what would be my left leg in blue, and goes until my right foot, highlighted in yellow, leaves the ground right there. Moving on to mid stance, and that is defined by the weight being supported by the one limb, which would be my left, highlighted in blue, and then the knee is stable, the weight is directly over that limb, so it all lines up being stable and supported by just the one initial, or my left limb. Lastly, moving on to the push-off phase is when the weight is now being transferred to what would be my right leg, indicated with this blue line, and then the left foot in the yellow circle is now getting ready to push off. The calcaneus has left the ground, and the weight is now being transferred over, again, that right leg. Now moving on to the swing phase, starting with the initial swing, and that is defined by the toes leaving the ground, and highlighted in yellow is my left foot, and you can see the toes leave the ground on the right foot, and then it continues until the knee has reached maximal flexion, which the book says is 60 degrees, and then the quads or the thigh has advanced past the other foot. Then we move into the mid-swing, which is, if I stop it right there, you can see the weight is supported over my right leg, and that left leg has now, in yellow, moved past and is kind of hovering over the ground right there, or without making contact. Lastly, we move on to the terminal swing. That's going to be as that calcaneus hits the ground again, and the weight is now being transferred, and everything is decelerating, moving into that heel strike from the stance phase. And that's the last part of the swing phase, and we're looking again at my left foot highlighted in yellow and my right foot in blue. And one more time, just walk through the process. I'm going to start with the heel strike of the calcaneus, moving into the initial loading, and then mid stance, and then we get push off, and then start swinging, go into the mid stance again, and finally terminal.